everyone, and welcome back. So, let's talk about what's been going on in Washington because once again, the words government shutdown and Donald Trump are trending together, and honestly, that combination always means a lot is happening behind the scenes. Now, here's the situation. The US government is teetering right on the edge of a shutdown. It's October 2025, and funding is about to run out unless Congress can agree on a temporary deal. But here's the twist. Donald Trump, though no longer in office, is playing a major role in shaping what happens next. Yeah, he's not just watching from the sidelines. According to reports from Washington, Trump has been pressuring Republican lawmakers not to pass any funding deal unless it aligns with his agenda, especially when it comes to spending cuts and border security. He's reportedly calling members, holding meetings, and making it clear that anyone who doesn't back him could face consequences politically. It's classic Trump strategy, direct, personal, and very public. And that's left Congress divided. On one side, you have some Republicans who want to avoid a shutdown altogether. They're saying, let's pass a short-term bill, keep the lights on, and deal with the bigger stuff later. But on the other side, you've got hardliners who are echoing Trump's demands. No compromise, no clean bill, and definitely no funding for what they call wasteful programs. What's fascinating is how much power Trump still holds, even without sitting in the Oval Office. Think about that for a second. How many former presidents have managed to steer government policy from the outside? It's a reminder that in American politics, influence doesn't always come from holding office. Sometimes it comes from controlling loyalty. But here's where it gets tricky. A shutdown doesn't just hurt politicians. It hits everyday people. Federal workers could be furloughed. National parks might close. Small businesses waiting on federal contracts could be left hanging. And let's be honest, it's the average citizen who ends up paying the price for all this political chess. So, here's a question for you. Should politicians ever use a shutdown as leverage to push their agendas? Or should there be limits on how far leaders can go when it risks hurting millions of Americans? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, because that's the heart of this debate right now. Meanwhile, Democrats are standing firm. They're accusing Trump and his allies of holding the government hostage for political gain. President Biden's team has warned that another shutdown could damage the economy, just as it's starting to recover from months of uncertainty. They're trying to frame this as reckless brinkmanship, something designed to score points rather than solve problems. Behind the scenes, there are constant negotiations, long nights, backroom talks, tense phone calls. Lawmakers are scrambling to find some sort of middle ground before the clock runs out. But every time they get close, Trump or his allies seem to move the goalpost again. It's like political whack-a-mole. Just when you think there's a deal, someone pops up and says, "Not good enough." And here's what's really interesting. Even some Republicans are starting to worry. They know shutdowns don't usually play well with voters. History shows that whichever party is seen as causing it tends to pay a price in the polls. So some moderates are quietly asking, is this really worth it? Are we about to watch our own side take the blame again? What do you think? Is this Trump showing leadership, or is it Trump holding the system hostage? There's no denying he's influencing the direction of the party, but the question is whether that influence is helping or hurting. As of now, no final deal has been reached. Negotiations are ongoing, but the mood in Washington is tense. Every hour that passes without a solution adds pressure, not just politically, but financially, too. The markets are watching, federal workers are anxious, and the country is waiting to see whether our leaders can actually govern, or whether they'll let politics win again. And maybe that's the deeper story here, not just about Trump or Biden or Republicans versus Democrats, but about how fragile the whole process has become. Have we reached a point where compromise itself is seen as weakness? When did working together start to feel like betrayal instead of leadership? So as we wait for what happens next, one thing's for sure. Whatever deal or non-deal comes out of this, it's going to shape not just the rest of this year, but the political landscape leading into 2026. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about all this. Should Congress stand firm on principles, or should they just get the government running first and argue about the details later? I'm really curious where you all stand on this one. And hey, If you found this breakdown helpful or thought-provoking, don't forget to hit that like button, share the video with your friends, and subscribe for more deep dives into what's happening in politics and power today. Until next time, take care, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.